Have you ever considered who's in charge of the political change always taking place? Republicans take a pause, Democrats never, ever give up their brain for their body for this much time. Except when they're ready for the time to make a bell sound in the church. The nice, eloquent presidential speech from the leader of the free world. Have you ever considered how sad, how dark, and how manipulated and distorted and depressing an example like people who are in charge of the social change, the social good, the social benefit of the world, who are outside during the pandemic with coronavirus, laughing, playing volleyball, going to spring break, on the beaches together, walking and having fun with their friends in the middle of one of the biggest cities in the whole country, Seattle, Washington. The people who are in charge of the politics currently in place to save all the homeless, to save all of the people who need a place to live. But don't really say much about the homeless. Well, the homeless are eventually going to get a free social house. That's, the most of what I heard. But have you thought about how depressing it would be to actually not only hear, but see with your own eyes these folks, these people I'm describing, saying they are going to fix everything in the world, their society, their culture, their ethnic awesomeness, are walking around in groups talking and laughing and playing and coordinating. And the governor that they vote for and the governor they have working for them and their needs says social distance to the white racist nationalist they describe. Have you ever been ready to die and not been a military service member? Not for suicidal and emotional and depression, but for plain old sanity. Have you ever had people around you in your home just listen to you every fucking day? Every fucking night? People who say your shadow needs to watch its emotions. People who talk about the shadow like they are the prescribing medicinal doctor to save y'all's life. Have you ever considered how disgusting it is within all of this discussion on this video? There's signs outside where these people are walking and doing stuff that say all together. So they know all together while they're out there, all together. And their government says social distance. The government that they want, that they say will save everybody. And then they put up Trump hate stickers everywhere. swear words, vulgarity, worse than my descriptions of the bully next door who's a woman, who doesn't allow heat. Wants silence, but no heat. Wants social distancing, but allows groups to go and laugh and cheer and have a good old fun old time. Their bodies, brains, and minds are chemically addicted to their social behavior, their social gestures, and their mind restrictions. And they formed the perfect collective. They have the ideologically beautiful place everyone wants to live. We used to call these kinds of places subdivisions in Arizona when I was little. We used to go to 7-Eleven and watch those people drive by. We used to go to Circle K and buy a Slurpee and watch those people go down the street to the restaurant. And all that's been accomplished in over 20 years has to do with those people being called white, racist, nationalist, rich, horrible, pathetic people, and the socially responsible, eating where they want, drinking where they want, buying what they want in whatever grocery store, whatever market, and walking their little dogs and shitting all over the freaking grass, and yelling at me for swearing and singing to try to make some positivity out of not only the animals' feces on the land of the Pacific Northwest where the orca whales swim in the ocean, and wood carvers from the Native American tribes make totem poles to keep people happy and excited to have consciousness. And then say to the homeless man, to the homeless woman, well, you gotta go. Go shit and pee. Go poop. And be nice or else you'll get hurt. A few years ago when I was in college, I'd be describing Che Guevara. I'd be describing Marxism. I'd be describing what I learned about to help people figure out doesn't make sense. Has no victory for your revolution, has no success for your brain model of world and your mind restricted planet. You can't claim you're better because you have the body, brain, and mind. You can't claim you are the best because your brain and mind control the body. These aren't freedom. These are processes and systems. These are the ignorance of the simplicity with a brain, body, and mind with psychological cognition. And 1,000 million other ways to say psychological cognition. Psychological cognition. Psychological cognition. Consciousness, brain, mind, body, society, world, culture, ethnicity, dialect, restrictions, behavior, rules, laws, requirements. Gosh dang, I feel like I just went to the top of Mount Everest and got there, and I don't want to come down now. I just want to stay there and go up into the sky after my body goes into the earth, so that I don't have to follow any more of rules, any more of restrictions, any more of people saying what to do in the world. A person doesn't need their brain, mind, and body told what to do. A human person, people, need their brain, body, and mind, their brain and body, to know what's happening. Rather than this addiction with this consciousness, like the rave music next door. Oh, great, we're tripping out. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, let's go get eaten by a freaking bear. But man, we were so psychedelic out when we lost 4 body parts. And then they got the memory to trip out on. Good gosh. Brain, body, mind. Be ready. Don't leave food out. Maybe some bear mace so you don't hurt the bear, with some sort of rifle, and you just go away like we did at Glacier National Park. But you don't take the rifle away from the hunter and make them use their hands to get their food to eat, to survive with their body and their brain. And you don't get the college student who wants to go to MIT to do what you want, to accomplish your goals. The person applying to the school is going to learn eventually when they get there anyway. Because then you don't have process. You don't have progress. You have a process with systems. And then there's nothing more to be learned. And like they said, well, I guess artificial intelligence and robots, that's the last of what we all need to do as people on Earth. And if so, then, when I starve to death because I don't want to eat anymore, I don't want to do any more of these folks' work, then we're also at the end of medicine. We are also at the end of compassion. And nobody knows any more or better than the freaking people who have died from people who have taken away compassion. People who don't give people like me an opportunity to volunteer during a pandemic, but these people go outside and just laugh and have fun socially. These people prevent the heat from getting turned on and are angry, depressed, upset, and pathetically lazy. Probably because they are restricting and constraining so much. They don't actually have consciousness anymore. They've got a pineal gland, and they've got excitement and drugs, booze, tobacco, ears and eyes. And they don't need a brain and body. They don't need a brain and body with a mind that's sharp and focused and concentrated and ready to go help people who need food and ready to help people who need to get well again now. The end.